There was a time when the gods still walked among us. Odin's gaze pierced every horizon. Thor's hammer shook the mountains. Frigg wove the threads of fate with silent grace. The Aesir ruled, but they did not last. Prophecy whispered of twilight, of wolves and fire, of betrayal and rebirth. And so came Ragnarok, not an end, but a turning. From that ash, a different world would rise. Thor, the thunder remembered. Thor, son of Odin, the mighty hammer-bearer, a god of storms, a protector of mankind. His roars silenced giants, his steps shook the mountains. But in the twilight of the gods, he met his fate. Jormungandr rose, the great world serpent, his destined foe. They battled beneath a blackened sky. Thor struck the final blow. The serpent fell, but the poison touched him. He walked 9 steps and vanished. Yet thunder echoes still. For his sons, Magni and Modi, carry Mjolnir, and where the storm rolls, Thor is not forgotten. Vali, the avenger. Born in a day. He was born for one reason, vengeance. Vali, son of Odin, was not meant to rule or reign. He came into the world in a single day, grew into a man by nightfall, and fulfilled his purpose before the stars returned. His mission, to punish Loki for the death of Balder. In silence, without delay, he hunted down Loki's bloodline, not for wrath, not for glory, but to restore the balance the gods had lost. And when Ragnarok tore the realms apart, Vali was one of the few who endured. He is not remembered in songs. He does not sit on a throne. But in every quiet decision that holds the new world together, his hand is felt. Vidar, the silent vengeance. He was never the loudest. Vidar, son of Odin, a god of silence, of shadows, and of strength hidden deep. He did not boast. He did not challenge. But the day his father fell, Vidar rose. When Fenrir, the great wolf, broke free and swallowed Odin, the sky trembled. The gods despaired. But Vidar stepped forward, calm and quiet. No war cry, no rage, only a single act of pure, unstoppable will. With unmatched force, he ended the beast. Not for glory, but for justice. And when the smoke of Ragnarok cleared, Vidar still stood. He speaks little, but in the new world, it is his silence that shapes the future. Magni and Modi, the sons of thunder. Thor fell. The thunder was silenced, but the storm did not die. In the shadow of Ragnarok, 2 sons stood. Magni, strength without fear. Modi, courage without hesitation. They did not weep. They lifted the hammer their father had left and walked forward. They were not gods of prophecy. They were not heroes in the old songs, but they were survivors, sons born of thunder. And in their hands, Mjolnir lived again. Wherever the skies tremble, it is not only Thor they remember, but the legacy he left behind. Balder, the light reborn. He was the fairest among the gods, Balder, son of Odin and Frigg. His presence calmed storms. His smile lit the halls of Asgard. But beauty draws envy, and through trickery, he was struck down by his own brother, led by the hand of Loki. The gods wept. The world dimmed. Even hell would not release him. Yet when Ragnarok ended, the halls of the dead stirred. Balder returned, not in splendor, but in silence. A light that had once been lost. Now walks the new world, not as a prince, but as a witness of sorrow, and the keeper of peace yet to come. Frigg, the grieving queen. She was the queen of Asgard, wife to Odin, mother to Balder. She knew much, more than she ever spoke. But she did not see the one thing that broke her world, the death of her son. She pleaded with every force in existence to protect him. Every stone, every flame, every living thing, all but one. And from that one, tragedy was born. When Balder fell, she did not scream. She folded into silence, the silence of a mother who has lost what she cannot replace. Yet now, Balder walks again, not as the boy she wept for, but as a god touched by death. Frigg remains, and in her presence, the memory of sorrow lingers. Hel, the queen of the forgotten. Not all gods dwell in light. Some reign where no sunlight touches, where the forgotten rest. Hel, daughter of Loki, queen of the dead. Her domain lies beneath roots and rivers, where no joy reaches. She did not choose this throne. It was given, cast upon her by the Aesir, out of fear, or perhaps necessity. She rules without cruelty, and without comfort. When the gods begged her to return Balder, she refused, not from hatred, but from law. Her law. In Ragnarok, she remained silent, watching as fire and storm tore the world apart. Now, in the stillness after the storm, her realm remains untouched. She does not rise, she does not fall, she endures. Lif and Lífthrasir, the last humans. The gods fell, the giants burned, the sky collapsed, and fire washed over the 9 realms, but not everything perished. Deep within Yggdrasil, the world tree, 2 humans hid, clinging to bark and breath. Lif and Lífthrasir, names meaning life, and the will to survive. They were not warriors, they were not chosen. They simply endured. When the world stopped burning, they stepped into the ash and found green beneath it. They will not be remembered as heroes, but in them the world breathes again. The gods may fade, but humanity begins anew. The age of gods has ended. Their voices no longer shake the sky. Their halls lie broken. Their names fade from stone. But echoes remain. In the wind that brushes mountaintops, in the thunder that rolls across oceans, in the silence before a storm. Vidar's quiet watch. Vali's vanished justice. Thor's sons beneath the thundercloud. Balder's light walking gently across the dawn. Even Hel waits, still cold and unchanging. And 2 humans walk forward, not to worship, but to begin. The cycle turns, the ashes cool, and somewhere far beyond what we remember, the story begins again. The gods may have fallen, but their stories still echo. If their whispers stirred something ancient in you, then stay with us. New tales rise from the ash, and your presence gives them voice. Subscribe, and let the myths live again.